Welcome to MotoGP Mac, where MotoGP fans come to congregate and fanboys fear to tread. Hey, I'm off practice for a couple days here. See what happens? I'm off.
Yeah. I know we got to get you back to back. You know, this
Yeah.
schedule is kind of weird how they have it with the races and everything.
No, speaking of the Europeans, well, we were talking before. Guess who's looking to go back into MotoGP?
Is there somebody new? Ooh, I don't know.
No, that's something very old.
Ickle, what's his name? Andrea?
No, MV Agusta.
Manufacturer. Yeah, they need to.
Yeah,
that'd be good. They need
that. They're meeting with Carlo Espelita next week. Or I'd call it bogus, or just fluff for the moment. But they're supposedly talking to him next week. I don't particularly like it because I think the company's too young at this point. Because they just bought themselves back. It's not a big company. I don't know. It's a KTM is what it is. They're in a KTM with MV all over it. It looks pretty as hell.
I got to see that, man. You got to send me something. I've been out of the loop, man. I've been under a rock.
You've been under a rock.
Yeah. I got to send you some pictures of some stuff I'm working on to see what you think about it. But yeah. So that's good. I wish we had I think I'll always say this, but I wish we had more American manufacturers coming in because Cadillac is supposed to be coming in the F1.
Yeah.
So I wish they could get like Buell or ARC or somebody.
ARC is racing.
Yeah, but Moto America. Yeah, but they're struggling. It sounds like they're new.
It's two guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So two guys are kicking ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Really. I mean, I give them the credit, man. Just getting in there and racing is just, to me.
And they made their own motor.
You said what?
They made their own motor.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, that's impressive. When you make your own motor, that's impressive.
Your own frame, your own everything, and coming in and racing and competing. So I definitely give them the respect. They definitely.
The only thing with Arch is I keep calling them, and I text them. I said, the bike is $101. The highest end bike is $250,000. Then the other one's like $150,000, right? The S1. I said it needs a supercharger, something that says. Sell the sizzle with a steak. You know what I mean?
Okay.
People make it 200 horsepower, with the supercharger on a Harley, big ass Harley engine, like they do with the baggers.
Yeah. They may throw that on there if you ask them to, because they're custom.
No, they would.
Built, maybe
they wouldn't.
No,
I checked it out. I wanted.
Oh, they said no. They said no to that. I'm surprised.
I was surprised too, because I thought you just put a Pro Charger on the thing. It looks like it would even fit, or wouldn't take that much to put it on there.
No, it wouldn't. Not a supercharger.
Especially when you're talking $150,000 bike.
Man, $150,000 bike. I need everything that customized to me. So, that's cool though that they're coming in.
And the ISR brakes that I was talking about, they do use those. If anybody has a big bike, they're the brakes they use. The 6-piston calipers that they use. They'll stop a truck and they have great feel. They're phenomenal feel. And then actually the 4-piston calipers are like $1,000, where they're on par with Brembo's GP4 34 36s, which are $5,000. I had both, and they was like, you can't tell the difference between the two. That's with a real professional rider on it, not me. I can't bring him out to test.
I was gonna say I've never like.
See, when I had a race team, I had the guy who could test all the stuff. Like, what's the best suspension out there? Bang for your buck. It's Nitron, not that TT36, right? Oh, I got another one tip for people. If the difference between a Japanese bike and a European bike, when you see a TT36 from Olin's on there on a Japanese bike, and you see a TT36 on a European bike, like a Ducati, the Ducati uses a TT36 that is called an upgrade track day race brand level, right? The Japanese use a production level TT36. They're totally two different shocks, even though they have the same name. And you've wondered why I'm surprisingly cheap out like that. but because you think you got the top level shock on there, but you don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because of the name. Brembo does the same thing. They got caught with the M50. They had a recall on the M50s, but it was on the production line M50s, not the track day race M50s. Even though I don't know what they use the same name, but it's a different one. Now the Europeans also use the track day brakes, also the higher grade brakes. So if you wonder why you pay a little more for a European bike, that's part of the reason. So
yeah, you gotta do the research, man.
Yeah, I know. Oh, but to go back to racing, just gotta excuse me. The Mac was talking about Pramac, and they're getting judged on their their progress this year. I think that's a little bit harsh, being that the Yamaha really isn't the bike to be on, right? And it's that inline four. But I don't know if we preached this years ago. I don't know if you were with us yet. I think you were. Remember, we were saying that the inline four, it's not a fact of engineering. It's just it's physics. The crank and the camshafts are too long, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it gets up to X amount of horsepower, it starts to flex. So yes, you can get the horsepower out of an inline four, but it's not a reliable horsepower. Okay, so they're always limited to that. Unless they want to roll the dice, you hear me say, let's hope they roll the dice. So let's roll the dice. That's what I'm talking about. Like, roll the dice, see if they can get at least a win or a podium, with more horsepower, and hope it doesn't blow up. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. They need to just bring that in. I mean, bring something.
Yeah, because years ago, this happened in car racing. Years ago, believe it or not, Indianapolis was full of the same engine. It was called an Offenhauser, and it was an inline four. But then as the horsepower raised, you couldn't use it anymore because the thing would flex.
Right.
Okay, so they couldn't beat it in auto racing for years. In Formula One, you sure as hell ain't gonna beat it. The situation in MotoGP. Okay, it's just like I said, it's a physics problem, and you can't beat physics with engineering. Engineering has to work around physics. Okay,
right. You can only do so much unless they limit. The only way that's going to work is if they limit everybody else, which is crazy.
What do you mean?
Like cut down RPMs and they can have so much horsepower, which that's going to take away from the sport. So they have to at some point.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're slowly doing that, but they shouldn't need to. Yamaha just needs to do it. They're already doing it. They're just taking forever.
Yeah,
the V4, just bring it in.
Yeah. I think they're, my theory on that. I think they're bringing it in. They're waiting for to keep Fabio calm. He expects that thing to be out of the box. A winner. But on the second thought, I thought he's been around this so long, long enough to know that there's no such thing as a winner out of a box, right? You think he would be smart enough for that?
I think I want to say he's told them this, like they have to bring something big, like years ago.
It was 4 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, even though he was winning, he was like, "This is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't enough. I'm winning just off of skill, not off of the bike being good. This is a skill thing, Almost reminds me of Marc Marquez on the Honda. He was winning off of his skill, and it's been times where a lot of crashes, a lot of bumping your head, and what I'm saying, he was doing the same thing. He was telling them, "Hey, you got to give me something. I can only do this for so long."
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing.
In 21, Yamaha did not win the title.
Right.
He won that title. Okay. Right. He outrode Pecco.
Right.
He just did. And then the next year the gap got too long, and it was just keep it up.
Right.
So
that just says it all.
Too good.
Yeah. That shows how good he is and how bad that bike is.
Yeah.
Look at everybody else on the Yamaha. They're nowhere near the top. I mean, they're close, but they're just not. It's not enough, especially with KTM. Like that last race, I'm like, man, KTM is they're showing improvement. You know, Aprilia, they're showing improvement. You know, look at Jorge. You know, he's he just what is this? It's like maybe his third time on the bike.
Yeah.
Is this like his second or third race this season?
That's his first race.
Okay, yeah. So
his first real race.
Yeah, that's good for your first race. Come on, so that shows how how good that bike is. So
and like even my buddy Rodriguez, whatever the hell his name is, the what the hell is his name?
What team?
Not
Trackhouse.
Trackhouse, yeah.
Oh, you like Raul,
right? Raul Fernandez.
He's doing all right.
Okay, you know what I mean? If Raul Fernandez is doing okay, you know that bike's damn good,
right?
You know?
When I saw that, I said, okay, they got something. They got something here. So I mean, that's what I want to see. I want to see, KTM up there and Aprilia up there fighting. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really. I mean, until they bring that V4, it's like Yamaha is just like they're just riding around. I don't know. They're just they're just there.
I dislike concessions. There was never a time that, by the way, in the last race that I'm sitting there going with Aprilia going, slow down. You're gonna miss your concessions. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're making too many points. You slow down, slow down. And
they are.
They're stuck in C. You know, all the Europeans are getting don't get any concessions in the Jap. You know what I mean? I'm sick and tired of the Japanese must win at all costs. It's just ridiculous.
They're far away though. There's no way I want to put money on it that you will not see a Honda or a Yamaha on the podium, like a race podium, not a sprint,
right?
But a race podium. You will not see that next year.
I think they will. I think Quartararo will pull one off
with the same bike.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got look who you got. You got Marquez is a whole nother level.
I'm saying that podium, he's going to be in third. He has to be third, right? I'm thinking one of these races he'll get caught where he's out in the open in the third, where he doesn't have to pass anybody, and he can just run his race all by himself. You know, one of them deals, and then he'll be able to catch the third. But if he has to pass anybody, or he has to get in with dueling, you know what I'm saying?
He's gonna have to.
If he has to get off that perfect race line, he's SOL.
Exactly. So that's where he's in trouble, because he's not. I don't know what it is about that Yamaha getting off the line, but he can't get off the line in the front and then hold that front. If he can get out in front and hold it, he'll be okay. But that's not happening. Yeah, it's not happening. So
the acceleration and horsepower to get out front.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Unless somebody has a bobble or something like that, in the front. You know, if somebody crashes in the front.
Somebody crashes, yeah.
Something like that.
Right. And it's getting tougher. You got Marc, who's on a whole nother level. Pecco, he's a hit and miss. But now you have Bezzecchi. You got Jorge slowly getting there. And then you got Bez. It's too many guys that are getting faster and faster each race, and he's just kind of holding on. He's not. I don't think he's getting faster. I think he's just holding on. I think I'm talking about Quartararo. I don't think he's getting faster. I think he's just.
Oh no, I don't think
he's just taking what he can get.
Yeah, the bike has hit a wall, folks. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Because the only thing you can do is, if you want to make it better, crank it up, pray, okay, and say, hope it doesn't blow up. You know, the engineers inside, please, thank you, hope don't blow up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I would do that if I was them. I would be like, hell with it. You know, nobody, just give us some good, or people going to stop buying Yamahas
no.
if they see one blow up, okay? Christ, they've seen hundreds and thousands of Kawasaki's blowing up, but I don't think Kawasaki's going to stop selling bikes. Matter of fact, I was talking to the dealers, when I was saying before, I feel like the guy that's the figuring out that Nissan's going down in tubes. When it happened, these dealers have all these mega dealerships where they have Japanese and the Europeans together. All the dealers are going, this is ridiculous. Don't never tell me that the Japanese are good anymore because he goes, this is guys just telling me. They're going, all the Japanese have 3 or 4 recalls and we're jammed. He goes, the Japanese, they don't tell me, they say they're good, but I'm still up to here with recalls and busted engines, especially at ZX6. But they're all they all have problems. All the Japanese bikes are,
I would say Japanese as a whole, not seeing anything coming out of Japan.
If you look at that, I was telling you there was a Yami Noob. I'm not that very big fan of it, but he has a thing. The demise of the Suzuki should be checked out. He has a video out right now, and he talks about how the 2008 crash has screwed things up. Suzuki hasn't made a new bike in 20 years, and it's also on the other side that the financial crash has made the Japanese start to, they're cutting corners. And once they get away with it a little bit, they start doing it a lot. That's not human nature. Oh, I got away with it. Oh, we'll cut it down a little more. See, the bean counters will go cut it a little more.
That's why they're not giving you a new bike, because if they give you something new, you're going to have more issues. So they're just like, I'm just going to keep giving you the same thing with a little, and then say it's new. I'm going to say it's new, but it's the same thing over and over.
It's just a bold pattern of paint. You know what I mean? Bold new brand.
Change the scheme up. We'll change the colors up. Say it's the newest thing, whatever. But
if you have the same engine for 20 years, that thing should be bulletproof by now. You know what I mean? Not having a recall again. Look at MV, the F4, that thing is bulletproof. And it's been the same engine forever. That's the good, but it's also top tier in performance too. I mean, if you look at the performance, it'll wipe his jigsaw off the track. It'll outrun. It'll run better. An F4 will run better track times than a jigsaw will. An F4 RR that way.
It seems like they put more. I want to say development. I'm talking about like European.
Yeah,
they put more emphasis on like how it's built.
Yeah, fit and finish, quality, fit and finish.
The quality. Yes.
Yeah, they check the things over, and they say there's more checks in the line for make sure this is right. And they build it in a different way. They build it like on pedestals, and the people. It's a different situation, different setup. MV again, they use cryogenics on their engines. It takes them 12 hours to build an engine, where everybody else takes 2, because they put it down as 287 degrees below zero, and as they bring it up, they tighten the heads down, so everything's absolutely perfect. They built those engines like a Formula One engine. That's one of the reasons they're so expensive.
Right.
Yeah, when it takes 6 times as long to build an engine than everybody else, it's going to cost.
Right. That's what it is. People want cheaper, but they want more. Yeah. More. I guess you could say like electronics, everything. More ingenuity into the bike, but it's not going to be cheaper. It's going to be more.
Yeah, and before somebody says, but 30 years ago, they had electronic problems 30 years ago, like when they bought a turn signal relay from somebody and it went bad. That's not their problem. That's they bought it and they have to fix it, but that's not something they built. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
what do you like as far as now? We're in summer break. How do you feel about the season so far? Like who do you I think we all know who's coming away with this season.
I'm different. I've been waiting so long to see Marc Marquez on a good bike that I'm in awe when every time I see him riding down and dominating. It's like I've been waiting for this. Geez, look at him, and he's not even. Somebody said something in the Collins, one of our members, and he was right. He said he's not even pulled all the marbles out of his pockets. Okay, he hasn't had a time where he's really pushed it. He's on cruise control and beating everybody.
Right. He's just like gliding. He's gliding. Yeah. He's on cruise control.
Who have you ever heard somebody giving up a position and so confident that he can beat you that he comes back in and wins?
That's crazy. Yeah. It's almost like that.
You know what I mean?
Without that tire pressure situation, he would be long gone.
Yeah. And FIM, you can change the tire pressure situation. It doesn't take that much. It's not like you can't do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all that involved. In fact, it'll be easier. All you do is check them beforehand and be done with it.
Yeah, I'm with Crash on that. They said the first lap, monitor it for the first lap. After the first lap, it is what it is.
It is.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. So that's how it should be. I don't know if they're throwing that in there just to like just to add more drama. I don't know. It's kind of weird that they would put that in there.
Yeah. It came with that some guy said Max, whatever the hell his name was, he said that Ducati was cheating. And of course, all the freaking fanboys, the Japanese fanboys, were like, "Oh, look, Ducati's cheating," and it wasn't. What happened was everybody had a low tire pressure, and everybody, all the manufacturer agreed behind doors, "Hey, keep the tire pressures low because they're getting too hot.
Right.
We're afraid of them blowing out." It was for safety.
Right.
That's what I remember of it. Okay. And then he comes in, and then he never God, I wish I remember his name. Then he never apologized. And I put him in front of everybody. So why don't you apologize to Ducati?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think it's more so. Only thing I can think of is just like liability. Hey, we're telling you to do this. If you don't do it and something happens, then that's on you. You know, if you run it too low and something happens, you get a blowout, whatever it is, and somebody gets hurt, then that's.
Well, you know, you have somebody nuts out there wanting Ducati to lose, okay? And you have the FIM who wants Ducati to lose. Let's face it. They just want a Japanese company to win.
For the fans, they want to appeal to the fans, but
you know, they're not appealing to the fans. They're appealing to the fans that have been there for 40 years. They're dying off. Mm-hmm. Okay, not these old fogies want it. They don't like aerodynamics. They don't like ride height. They don't like.
They don't like any of that.
No, dag nabbit. You know. They should.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, at least I will say that this season to me seems, even though Marquez is out front, to me it seems more entertaining because I don't know. You have somebody that Marquez is an entertainer, man. It when he's not, you know, when he was at Honda, I feel like it kind of hurt the sport to see him like not being hurt all the time, not able to ride. I feel like it hurt the sport a little bit. So having him. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people like Marquez. You know, they like to see him because he's entertaining. He's gonna push. He's gonna pass. You know, he may not be the best passes every time. Maybe a little bump here and there. But I mean, he's entertaining. It reminds me of Rossi, to be honest, because Rossi was an entertainer. You know, people came to see what he's gonna do. You know.
Yeah,
and he's gonna push
the cameras afterwards. Hey, how you doing, folks? What's going on? He doesn't run away from the cameras. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't complain. I'm surprised. Like when they had the tire situation and he had to back off and come back. I thought he was going to come back, and that's one thing I think he should have complained, right? But he didn't complain. He just said, "Oh, that's the way it is." And
exactly, yeah, he's a contender. He's a true contender. And I like Pecco, but I don't know. He doesn't have that. To me, he doesn't have that entertainment. He's kind of like this, that, and I'm gone. You know, it's not really like he's appealing to the fans almost.
I'm wondering if Pecco hasn't. He's got married, okay, and you see the wife on the side. She's always, "Oh my god, oh my god," and the sister, "Oh my god," which is normal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if he's not saying, you know what? I mean, $7 million the last couple of years. I'm up to $14 million in my bank account. They said he's not like Quartararo. He lives within his means. He has a little house and a regular car. Okay, and he's going.
He's content.
I'm content. I'm not going to stick my neck out and be a cripple for this.
Right.
Try to beat him.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. He's like, I got three championships. Hey, I proved myself. What else? The chances of me beating Marquez is slim to none.
Yes.
Because he's on the same bike as me. And let's be honest, Marquez is a lot lot than Pecco.
He's not beating me. He's doing it easy. He got me.
He's not even trying, and he is way ahead. So there's the chances of you. He can't even. It's not even a 1-2. That's the thing. It's not even.
Yeah.
Marquez Pecco.
Right.
It's Marquez and it may be Bez. Maybe somebody else.
Or his brother for the longest time.
The brother. Yeah, so
for years, Pecco beat the brother. Now, why all of a sudden did he can't beat the brother? I think it's in his head.
Yeah, you should at least be able to beat the brother.
Yeah,
the brother is on an older bike.
Still, he should be right with him or beating him.
You know
what I mean? I'm sorry. He should be out if he's a 2-time champ. He should be out, and because it's not like Alex Marquez was always third either. He was getting beat, right?
Right.
Why isn't Pecco beating him on a regular basis?
Right.
So I'm kind of cruel.
I'm not bashing him. I'm just look at.
No, he's a great racer. He's very talented. But
just looking at the numbers. That's all we're doing. Just
numbers.
We're looking at the results.
And 27, everybody thinks 27 is going to be this. Everybody's going to be on the same level, and everybody's going to have the same bike. The same performance. I don't think so, because you know what? Ducati had the strongest engineering before, and they're going to still have the same strong engineering, which means they're still going to make a better bike, right?
Oh yeah,
and they're still going to be ahead. They'll probably still have Marquez. Think about it. They said we're going to be in next year. He said in 3 years. He said riding, making more championships. He's still hot to trot to make more championships. He's going to be there.
Oh yeah,
and he loves it there. He knows he's on the best bike. He knows he's out there the strongest engineering. He's going to stay there.
Yeah, he's got the best of everything right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see him finishing first a lot.
Yeah, he's in seventh heaven. He went from the worst bike to the best bike. He got on that bike for the first time. It's like, oh my God, this is the way it's supposed to work.
Right. That's how it's supposed to be.
I should have done this years ago.
Yeah.
Like everybody told me.
Right. So, it is what it is. The only thing really to look out for is second and third. And it would be nice to see another manufacturer in second and third. That's really what I'm looking forward to, seeing who's next.
Now, hold on a second. Wouldn't you like to see, and everybody would, I'm so certain, wouldn't you like to see Marquez, just for competition's sake, on the Aprilia?
That would be nice. That would be nice to see what it can really do, because we haven't really seen what it can do.
Now, but it's been beating the other. It's been beating the other Ducatis. Put it that way.
They're second. I know Mac brings out the points in all the constructors championship, and I want to say they have the most points. Aprilia in second. So, they're on their way. I'm ready to see them win some races.
They've always had a strong engineering department.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Gigi came from.
Okay.
You know that? Yeah, he came from Aprilia years ago, and he took a lot of people with him, if I'm not mistaken. And that put a hurting on him. But then they build it back up again. So
they always been competitive. Ducati has always been competitive, even without the best bike.
Yeah, Yeah, well, they always could make a hell of an. How they make the horsepower they do is they should be the slowest because they don't have pneumatic. They don't have the Desmotronic valve has friction. You don't see a Desmotronic valve in Formula One because the pneumatic valves. Okay, with pneumatic valves you should make more horsepower. Right. I think they have different heads, if I'm not mistaken, and that's their key. They have different heads that nobody knows how to make. Cool. Can you imagine if one day they turn up with pneumatic valves?
That'd be interesting, yeah.
What they say they're using, why they say they stick with the Desmotronic valving is they can tune the engine better with it. They've gotten it down so they can tune the engine so they get better drive out of the corners and better engine braking. So it's worth it to have a little less horsepower.
Yeah.
With the Desmotronic valves.
They don't want too much, yeah.
Yeah. They said they have to, and you got to say they have the most horsepower. Other than KTM has the most horsepower, but they're so close that.
But yeah, look at KTM. Even though you have the horsepower, doesn't mean you're on par. You know.
Yeah, you got to get it on the ground. You got to have it so it gives you drive coming out of the corners. Without that, you're just spinning. And once it starts spinning, it spins all the way down the track, down the which one?
And you can see the Ducati out of the corner. It's just like I don't know what the temps are of it, but you can tell they're a lot faster than everybody else out of that corner because he's pulling away. When I saw Fabio and Marquez battling almost, he would pull away from him. As soon as he got out of that corner, he's gone. So that's really where you need that power coming out of that corner. So
yeah. By the way, you know what I forgot to tell you? If you've ever heard of QJ Motors?
Yeah.
QJ Motors is in Supersport. I didn't realize it. Okay. And they picked up two good riders. They picked up DeLorean. Starts with a D. And Thule. Two good riders for Supersport, but the thing bikes only got it's showing up. Its best ride was 15th, but they sell 1 million bikes a year, and they want to go into World Superbike, and they're going to take the old motor, the Generation 1. They bought the rights for the Generation 1 MV motor, so you have a 30-year-old motor. They're going to put it in and try to go for.
That's not like CF Moto, is it?
No, it's a different company altogether.
I got a feeling they're gonna find their way into either Supersport something.
Oh, they're in Supersport. They're already in Supersport. Okay, they want to go to a World Superbike. Now that it's called a. Oh my God! The Super Veloce. Did you see the Super Veloce? You saw it, right? They made a knockoff of it. One of their bikes is like a 923 knockoff. If I were them, I'd hit the roof. It's like, listen, if I was MV, I sold you the rights for the original Generation 1 motor. I did not sell you the rights to make a bike that looks exactly like mine.
That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable.
You're gonna see them find their way in.
Their version of an F4 too, and that's what they're gonna run in World Superbike. But you know what? They won't do shit.
It looks good. I don't know about the quality, but you know,
they say their quality's better than anything you've seen out of China before. Like the CF Moto is better than anything I saw. But you know what? The discount isn't that great. It's not like you're getting this bike for half price.
What is it? Is it 10,000?
Yeah, no, it's like
600.
No, it's like I think it's like 16,000.
Oh man, that's too much.
Yeah, that's too much for. If I want to take a roll, roll the dice, that thing better be like 9,000.
Yeah, 9. I can see 9.
Yeah, you know,
9 is reasonable for 600.
No, no. It's a 893 cc.
Oh, okay.
Still, it's Chinese. The thing should be $9,000, not $16,000.
Everybody's coming out with these 800, 900s.
Oh, the twins, yeah. Yeah, I can see that in a 700. I can't see it in a 900. I'm sorry.
That's. I mean, well, KTM have that twin. They have a twin.
Yeah, but if
That
someone
super
KTM,
dupe.
but you're spending money on a KTM too. You're spending
Yeah.
$50 on a. Can you believe it? All the mess the KTM has? They usually sell 150,000 bikes a year, like clockwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're halfway through the year. You know how many they're selling?
I don't think it's a lot.
They sold 100,000
Oh,
in
that's
a
good.
6-month period.
That's real good.
Yeah, it's usually
Did
75.
Did they drop the price on them?
No.
Yeah.
No, I think they did. I think that the dealers are they're giving discounts. It's like it's not the MSRP change, but when you go in, the dealer gives you discounts on the bikes.
So I was looking at them. They're super dupe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good. Looks good. I was like, man, I may grab one.
A different color. I wish they had
than orange.
Yeah, something that was like or put white and black into it too.
Yeah.
Mix some color in there a little bit. You know what I mean?
I would have to get a black one with maybe some little orange accents on it.
Yeah, there you go. That would be cool.
I would take that, man. That's a different, different style of bike, and it looks good. I rode one, and it was nice.
Oh, how'd it ride?
It was good. It was a lot of power though. I was kind of like, this can, if you're not careful, it can definitely get away from you.
Is it all bottom end, mid range? Like, wow.
It sounded a lot of torque. Yeah, a lot of torque at slow speeds. So I was like, I'm glad the person that loaned it to me, I want to say they had it turned down. I think he didn't turn it down all the way, but I'm glad it was because it wasn't mine. So I didn't want to, something to happen or whatever. But yeah, to me, it just felt like enough. It was that bike is enough as it is. You don't need to do too much to it. Maybe put the exhaust on it, get a tune. That's about it. Yeah.
You know what bike I want to get? Somebody owes me. I got debts coming in, but if I'd like to get the Moto Remy. Did you see that? Oh, that's a sweet bike.
Yeah.
The red, white, and black. It has the aluminum. It has it's almost like another Bimota that's the MV F4RR though.
Okay.
But it has a double-sided swing arm, so she even handle even better.
I saw the
Kawasaki engine. There's a ZX10 engine.
I've been seeing a lot of the H2 Bimota. I've been seeing that a lot.
Oh, the Tessie, yeah.
Which no front forks on it.
Yeah, did you ever tried one of them?
No.
I did. Yeah, you can't feel the front end. It's the weirdest thing. You're like,
yeah, that would freak me out.
I didn't like it. I was like, okay, I cannot feel the front end in this thing.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It'll take me a while to get used to that. Not having those front forks on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jorge, what do you think about Jorge? Like, do you think he's gonna be on the podium for the rest of the year?
I could see him being on a podium, but that's it.
That's it? No wins?
Nope.
Oh, man.
No. And I'm a Aprilia guy. I love my Aprilias.
Mm-hmm.
They're not better. Oh, the RSV4, I think one bike is best in class. But anyhow, beating the Ducati, that's a big deal, Yeah. But I can't see Jorge getting past. I can't see him getting past
Marquez.
No.
I think if he can qualify, he qualifies top 3, I know he's going to go for it. He's definitely going to go for it.
When you had Jorge and Pecco going at it toe to toe, right? They were really going at it toe to toe. They were pretty much even, give and take. You know what I mean? Now you have Marquez who's taking Pecco and wake me up when I'm done. Yeah. What do you think, Mark? You think that Jorge is going to step his game up and all of a sudden be able to go faster?
I want to say he's going to step it up, but Marquez would have to make a mistake.
Yeah.
and he makes a mistake every now and then, but he's still.
You're saying mistake where he falls down and then he goes in. I'm saying when I say beat him, I mean that doesn't count to me. You have to beat him. Like he outraces him. Okay, yeah, he might win that way, crash. But then again, if he crashes, then a lot of people can beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I think if you put some pressure on him, you'll see a mistake. But that's the only way. If he gets out in front and takes off, I think that's it.
Yeah, he doesn't. I think I say one thing about Marquez. When he gets a 4-second lead, okay, he likes keeping that 4-second lead. If you bump up with him on a second, he goes out and starts shoving it up again. That's how you can make a mistake. He wants that 4 seconds again. He has in his head, oh, they're catching me. Oh my God, and he bolts it up. Pecco used to do that too. Remember?
He used to, but I know he doesn't seem like he likes to get into a battle. It seemed like to me he likes to stay away from battling.
Right. Yeah, I looked at a couple of the old races, right? And you're talking about his front end being loosey-goosey. I looked at his old races where he won, and his front end was moving. I think that's just part of him racing.
Yeah, he likes to feel it. He likes to feel that front end, but
it was moving on him before. I don't think this movement is anything really that new.
Yeah,
he's just pushing it. You know what I mean? And he's just not as smooth as Marc Marquez is.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Marc Marquez has a unique style. There's only 3 people that had this style: Marc Marquez, Kenny Roberts Sr., and Freddie Spencer. Did you ever see Spencer?
I saw like 1 or 2 older videos.
Yes.
Or races.
He did that whole the front, slide the rear, with the front tilts the hair, and he's sliding through. Like he could do the bounce off his knee, crashing. I'm going to crash, but he bounces off his knee. He could do that also. So that was crazy. When he was in his 40s, he was beating guys, regular racers that are, he beat whatchamacallit, Stoner. Stoner actually wrote an article how Freddie Spencer was. He said I was riding the Honda thing and I couldn't catch him. I didn't know who the hell this guy was. He wrote an article in Sport Bike magazine, and he talked to Wayne Gardner. He goes, "Who the hell is that?" He goes, "I can't catch him. Who the hell is that guy?" He goes, "I couldn't catch him my whole career. It's Freddie Spencer." Freddie Spencer was in his 40s when he did that.
Yeah, it seems like the more unique of a style that you have, the more advantage you may have a slight advantage if you have a unique style.
If it's that style, yeah. What happened is you've heard of slow in, fast out. That's like the American style where you go in slower, but then you turn right away, get all your turning done, and you pull out. Then there's the European style where you go in and you keep your speed up and keep your apex speed up, and then you don't go out as fast, but you're always in a constant speed. What Freddie Spencer did was he said, "Oh, hold on a second. Why can't I keep the speed up, okay, and then gun it anyway?" And he learned how to do it. He learned how to go in fast and then keep that speed and still gun it and still, turn and shoot on the way out. And that's the same thing that Marquez does. That's the same thing that Kenny Roberts did. But no, and everybody else, it was funny. Randy Mamola and who's the other? Another English MotoGP rider, the one that got busted up. He's a test rider.
Not Cal.
What?
Not Cal Crutchlow.
Yeah, Cal Crutchlow. He goes, both of him and Randy Mamola said the same thing. Mamola said it about Spencer, and Cal Crutchlow said it about Marquez. He goes, I see his readouts. I can try to do the same thing. I can do it, but I can't do it without picking hay out of my ass. Both of them, I can try it, but I crash.
Yeah.
And they used the same line. It was funny. 30 years later.
I think that's the issue with Pecco, is that he's using his old style to be on par with everybody else. And Remember Marquez had to change his style a little bit from the Honda. I remember Pecco when I don't know, I think Pecco was following Mark one time when he first got onto the Ducati, and he was like, "Hey, you got to change your style. You're riding this like it's a Honda, and it's not a Honda." So I guess he made a change. He did whatever he needed to do, and now he's back on top. So I feel like a part of you being on top and staying on top is you may have to adjust your style a little bit to the bike. You know?
Yeah, especially when they're changing. You see, everything goes down to your tires. When Marquez was used to having those Bridgestone tires where you're working off the front tire bias. The front tire was the best, and then and he rode that front tire real hard. But now they have the Michelin was good on the back. Now the front tire was just as good as the Bridgestone on the front, but it was better than the Bridgestone on the back. That's what I buy. But he had to learn how to. They say this is I'm reading to push the back end so you push the back end so the front end moves. I don't know what the hell they're talking about when they're saying that, but I can kind of imagine it. You know what I mean? Pushing the back so the sliding the back so it pushes the front around. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's a style change.
Yeah. So he's gonna have to do that if he wants to win. That's if he wants to win. He's gonna have to adjust his style. So, I don't know. That would be interesting to see him do that. I don't know if that's something that he is trying to do, or he's just like, "Hey, I'm good."
I'm thinking. Remember, I was talking about the slow in, fast out, and how they do it evenly. You know, that's his thing, gig that nobody else can do. Imagine when he has neutral bias when both tires are the same.
Be faster.
He'll be faster.
Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be worse for everybody else if he's faster.
Oh my God,
that's gonna be worse.
And he's gonna be able to. Now he's gonna be able to be even more precise. You know what I mean? Going in and out through the corners. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Everybody better just pack their bag. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's gonna
have a big bowl, and he's first, and everybody just picks for what place you're supposed to get in.
Right. They just picking off the scraps. Like, okay, yeah, we definitely can't get first. We're gonna settle for second or third place. That's pretty much that's all that's left is second and third.
Yeah, they got a ticket. Oh look, I got third.
Right. They're gonna be fighting over second and third, which is crazy. But man, hopefully we see some changes. I mean, we definitely I want to say a good thing. It's a good thing to see Jorge back. Because he's still competitive to a degree.
Yeah, I feel bad for Bez though.
Wow, why you say that?
Because he held this. He was loyal, and I hate to see him shattered out. If he's been loyal and he's been, doing so well, and like everyone when he comes in seventh, everybody just jumped all over Jorge. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
He did second, and the guy's like, "I was set. You're seventh, and you come home, you're second," and everybody's like, "Yeah, whatever." You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were on him like he was on the podium.
Yeah.
It's like it's. I mean, I get it. This is his first.
Like, hey, what about me? I was second. That's 5
ahead. Right. It's like they're more invested in Jorge.
Yeah.
They're more invested in Jorge, and that's kind of. I don't know. I get it. He's back, but come on, you got a guy that's on the podium or fighting for podium. So, yeah. I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird thing to see. I didn't notice that though. That's weird. But yeah, I'm hoping to see Bez and maybe Pedro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro's he's steadfast with KTM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard some rumors that he was trying to leave.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to leave. He was looking, but then to buy his contract out was like $7 million or something like that. It was brutal, and he didn't want to go to Honda.
Yeah, you don't have anywhere to go. Like even Jorge, you're gonna go to Honda?
Yeah, I want the best bike. Where are you going? I'm gonna go to Honda. What?
No, there's nowhere to go. You might as well stay where you're at. I mean, where you're at least a little bit competitive.
Yeah.
These guys, Pedro, Jorge, you might as well just stay where you're at and just finish out until 2027. I mean, that's when everything changes. So it only makes sense just to stay. I wouldn't go to a bike that's nowhere near the podium.
Yeah.
Versus KTM is competitive. They seem like they're more competitive than the start of the year. So it only makes sense to me just to stay where you're at and just keep plugging away. Even Anea, I was surprised to see Anea close to the front.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to have a very bad year for some reason. It just did not mesh with that bike at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But folks, you notice something? I want to just point something out. You look at Aprilia, the beginning of the year till now. You notice how they can make a jump, okay, in quality? That's what you get when you have a strong engineering team, all right? Honda does not. They're the weakest engineering team, and that's why their bikes are screwed up. They're weak. That's why their production bikes are weak, okay? They can't make that jump. The only thing they can do is throw shit up against the wall and say, okay, does it work? You know, it's a guess game. Asians aren't good engineers. They have to get good European engineers in there.
Yeah, I feel bad for Honda. We're not a bash Honda podcast or whatever, but
I mean, you can tell spade is what we're doing. Just telling them the way it is.
And you can tell that they're weak. You can tell that they're weak. Granted, they don't have any aliens or whatever, but you can tell because I mean they at least should be. If they had good engineers, they would at least be top 10.
Oh yeah,
or at least close, somewhere close to that.
And made jumps by now. My God, how long has it been?
Mm-hmm.
It's been years. They should be up to the. I'm sorry, they should be up to the top and they have their budget's double what everybody else is at least. Wall Street Journal said they're close to triple what everybody is. Roughly, quote unquote, roughly triple. They should be.
They should have something.
Yeah.
They should have something. They have absolutely nothing. It seems like. That's what it seems like.
The only bike that they ever made was the best one was the RCV 211, the V5. Okay.
Was that the NR?
No.
You talking
RCV?
MotoGP.
MotoGP. The RCV 211, the V5. Okay. And as a matter of fact, somebody said they had another engineering company build it. So they might even build that fucking thing. I don't know how much involved they were, but it seems odd. And then after they built that, Honda shipped all their supposedly they read that heard that they shipped all their good engineers over to Formula One. And left MotoGP floundering like a redheaded stepchild.
Maybe because they were winning. Maybe that's what that is.
That's when they really were on the. They started the no, it was even before that. They've always had that. Get the best rider, rely on the rider bit, because that went all the way back to Mike Halewood. Think about it. They've always had the best riders. Yep. They've always paid big money for riders.
The Dannys, the Caseys, the Rossies, the Marc Marquez.
We're going back to the 50s. They always went whole hog over the. They even had the guy that won the title from cars and motorcycles. That was his name. I forget. Reed. Bill Reed. I mean, he went. They got them guys and right off the bat. You know what I mean? So they never had to have the best bike out there.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they didn't snatch Top Rack, because since they're so, gun ho on having the best rider, I'm surprised they just didn't build a bike around him, like snatch him and then just build a bike around him.
Because they came in late. The and the CBR 1000 RRR was the biggest mistake, the biggest flop that Honda ever made. They went from having a bike that everybody loved, the RR, right? Mm-hmm. It rode well. It was reliable. It wasn't the fastest thing in the world, but it was fast enough. Okay. It was smooth. It was a nice, rideable, everyday bike. Then they ditched that for something that was supposed to be, quote unquote, a track-based bike. And it overheats. It blows up. It burns ECUs up. Had bad con rods. I mean, the list goes on and on. On top of that, it never won a goddamn thing.
That is crazy.
Right? And inherent handling problems, they said. That's when inherent in the motorcycle in the engineering world means it can't be fixed.
I was gonna say at least you have Suzuki that is competitive in endurance racing.
Yeah.
At least you have that.
Did they come back into that?
Yeah, they won last year. I don't know about this year, but they won last year in Suzuka.
That goes back to having the same engine for 20 years. That has to be bulletproof.
Hey, as long as it's bulletproof
for 20 years.
As long as that's not blowing up. But now that I think about it, Honda, they're not competitive anywhere as far as, with their bikes.
No.
Moto America, nowhere. World Superbike, nope. MotoGP, nope. Like anywhere. They're not I don't know. It seems like they're not trying to do anything to get ahead.
Like I've said 100 times, when they do comparisons, bike versus bike, the Europeans have beaten the Japanese for 18 years straight now. Never a loss in 18 years. It's been all the Europeans, then the Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even test them together because it's so embarrassing. You ever notice that? They'll have best
European class and Japanese class.
Yeah, and then it has Japanese. The best bike in class of all Europeans, then the best Japanese bike.
There's a gap. There's a big gap.
Another redheaded stepchild. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they hope it makes it through. That CBR 1000 RRR, half the time it didn't even make it through the tests. It blew up. Like the oil, like we're going down, and they're talking about it, like we're going down, and all of a sudden oil's all over their feet.
Mm-hmm.
During the test. How embarrassing is that?
That's sad.
So
the only savior for Japanese is Yamaha. What it sounds like.
Kawasaki, believe it or not, the H2s, they make the H2s. You ever see that goofy the signature they have on that?
Oh, the H. It's like a something. It's like an H.
It's like it's like
what is it? I don't know what it is. It looks like an H almost.
Yeah, that is the engineering mark of excellence. They have a museum they've had there since 1836 because Kawasaki is a real old company, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just made Kawasaki's to show people that they were resisted. You know what I mean? Nobody knew what they were, and they were making boats and
they make everything
else, right? Nobody knew who they were. So they made a motorcycle company, and they thought it was good for engineering. So that stamp means that they made it into the engineering hall, their engineering mark of excellence, their Hall of Fame, and they're built different than all the other Kawasaki's.
Okay,
they have a better record than all the other Kawasaki's. Matter of fact,
I'll give them kudos for that.
The ZH2, by the way, if you're looking at bikes, do you ever see one of those?
Mm-hmm.
The Kawasaki ZH2. That's a pretty good deal. What are they? 17,000, brand new.
Yeah, for a naked.
Yeah, but it's supercharged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, supercharged naked, but it's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a hell of a deal now. You know what I mean? So, anyhow, I think we covered just about everything, buddy.
Yeah, that's about it, man. Not a whole lot. I mean, we got a little something, which is good. It's been entertaining watching Marc Marquez and everybody else trying to catch him.
Yeah, but, I mean, it is. I just love watching him work. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. People get bored. It's like I just watched the first time in 10 years, maybe a Formula One race today. Mm-hmm. That's like watching paint dry.
Yeah, it's boring. I stopped watching.
He showed a wheel. And they're like, the guy's going ape shit. He showed him a wheel. Big deal.
I was gonna say, my greatest. I don't know if you have a greatest moment so far, but mine, I feel like, is seeing Marquez crash and then change his leathers out, get back out there, and now he qualified He had a best lap or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, man, because that crash, it looked pretty bad. I think that was in the TT.
Oh, that was not a sweet crash.
Oh, yeah. So
you got hit in the nuts. It was 2 crashes, remember?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And seeing him just get right back on it, get back out there, and boom.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened. I was like, how is he doing that? I was like, how is he doing that? That is crazy.
How does he not get jarred mentally? We've all
Right.
crashed. If you haven't crashed, you haven't really ridden yet. And you get like for a second. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How do you not get the heebie-jeebies? We all get the heebie.
Right.
I don't care how long you've been riding. You get the heebie-jeebies every once in a while. Before you go out and ride, I don't feel right. Like there's a car out there waiting to kick my ass.
Right.
And it's futile. It's just bullshit, and there's just something in your head. But hopefully, but it happens. You just get in your head, and how does he not get that when he's racing? Every once in a while, like, man, I'm gonna go ass over tin cups one of these times and not make it out.
Right. The only other person I've seen do that is Fabio with that shoulder, dislocated shoulder, pop it in, get right back out there and do a hot lap. So I would love to see them battle like they used to, with Marquez being at Honda and Fabio was at Petronas, I want to say.
Petronas, yeah.
Yeah. There was some good. I was like, man, I would love to see them, just go at it for a couple laps. I think that would be real entertaining, So,
I wonder if Aprilia doesn't have their eye on. I'm sure they do. They had that. Aprilia doesn't have their eye on Quartararo.
I think if they don't give him what he wants, he's gone, and the best bet will be Aprilia. Best bet. I don't know whatever they got to do to get him there. So I think if they don't come with anything next year, he's gone.
And in 2007, they cut the front arrow back a little bit, right? They cut the front arrow down a little bit. Aprilia used a different approach to they're using more ground effects. So what they're doing in the body structure of the aerodynamics isn't touched. So they've been working on something that's not going to be affected. Okay, they're not having downforce; they're having ground effects. So here comes 2007. They have a head start.
27.
In 27, because they've been working on ground effects when everybody is working on the push, force the thing down with the wings. Okay, they're working on something with the ground effects with the body.
Yep,
and the body hasn't been changed. They just constantly working. And there's no concessions for them. There's nothing to hold them up. If Aprilia didn't vote under duress, I know it, for having an engine freeze, they were the deciding vote. And they said either if you don't vote with us, we're going to do it anyway. Like they always do.
They're going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, if they want whatever they want, they get. I think that with more power, right? Aprilia would be breathing down Ducati's neck.
They got to put it down, though. They got to be able to put it down. Hopefully, with the new tires, they can put that down. I think so. I think with the new tires, it'll be close. It'll be closer.
Yeah.
Hopefully, be closer. That would be nice. That 2027 season is going to be interesting.
I just hope it isn't so damn slow that it just goes, Here they go.
Yeah. But it may be closer though. I don't know.
Yeah. But
yeah.
All right.
On that note, we will see you guys hopefully maybe before the next race with another update. Hopefully we get more information. MotoGP, give us something during this break. We need something. Maybe some riders. We should have some riders that are locked in. Yeah. I want to say for the remainder of the season or next season. Hopefully we'll know what Pramac is going to do with Jack or Miguel.
At this point, I think Jack should just give it up and go into World Superbike.
Yeah, but his contract is up.
That's what I mean. He should just go into World Superbike into some,
Man,
I know he's a cool guy.
They gotta do, yeah, but nobody. I don't be honest. I don't want to see Miguel. He doesn't do anything. It's almost like he's not there. So
I know.
Why even have him there? Why even have him in there if he's not going to do anything?
No, I meant take the pair out.
Oh, both.
Both.
That's a possibility, but you got to find who's going to replace him. I know Top Rack, but
yeah. I want to see what Top Rack's going to do. Top Rack. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be knocking the world dead right off the bat.
Not with that bike.
No,
with that bike. He's not going to be doing anything with that bike. He's going to have to. They're going to have to really bring something to keep.
Yeah, and the fact that the MotoGP bikes are so much different than this World Superbike.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's not going to be doing them stoppies and hanging on that front tire like he usually does, huh?
No, he's not. But I mean, you see Fabio doing that every now and then, but not like how he does it in World Superbike. No,
not. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're seeing going into a corner.
Oh no!
In a race with the ass end in the ground out of the off the ground.
Yeah,
you know. So
but, hopefully we'll get some more surprises coming up. So, but on that note, folks, we will leave you to it. Hope everybody has a good week. Stay safe.
Anybody have any questions or any wants to discuss something or these things we said something wrong? You're more than welcome to debate it or anything like that.
Oh yeah, throw it in the comments.
Yeah,
we got people that will. We have a few discussions in the comments. So yeah, just feel free to throw them in the comments. We'll talk about it. That's what it's for. So
that's what it's for. Hasta la vista, folks.